it's a question we'll ask every brand that comes in. So it's like, how do you come with your brand idea? Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this leads very, very well into Paul. And look, I think the most important thing that I've learned is when we were looking at the CBD spaces, CBD is a saturated market, I guess, just as any others. But I think one thing that I guess really still resounds with me is that having like somebody who knows about branding, who knows about the industry you're getting into, is honestly, you can't pay enough for that, because without having that sort of market leading knowledge, and I guess I sound like I'm big and popular a little bit, but I do mean that. Paul has given me the platform to grow. Now, I couldn't have come up with a branding like that on my own, So for Paul to step, Paul has these brands, and I mentioned earlier, and I almost missed the opportunity with this, that when Paul obviously was putting the branding out there, I saw the branding Suppology, and I instantly wanted it. There was a few other issues going on in my personal life, which timing wasn't right. But then it came back around, and it's that second chance fate. I fell in love with the brand. There's just something that I guess I can't put a finger on it, but the branding for me, it almost instantly linked me. So then, because I liked that branding so much, and I felt that part of it, that was easy for me to get that across. And I guess you need the branding to separate you. You can't just be a logo or a tagline. If you don't have a brand, you're not effectively a company, or people buy into the brand. And I guess what Paul's helped me to do personally with Suppology is create that brand that people can link to the brand. So it's not just a logo or a tagline or a product or even just some faceless company. It's all about the branding and growing the branding, the community, and everything else that goes with it, So that's
I think you did a great job of taking what Paul built and then adding your 2 cents and your life to it, and putting and making it a real brand, like you're saying, like the messaging and the community that you're giving back to and everything else. You're doing an amazing job at that.
And I guess that's it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a tough industry to get into, but I knew that at the start, that wasn't going to put us off. But I guess the biggest thing that was to have that strong branding presence, something that I could grow. And obviously I had to have a passion for it. I had to love it to grow it, and having that passion now with Suppology and everything around it I guess I've put my spin on it, and I've gone down my route where, we've got a very targeted audience where we're looking at athletes and we want to grow that base. But I want those athletes then to be part of the brand, the whole brand Suppology and what it entails. It's not just the logo, the colors, the images, or whatever. Okay. And I guess, again, we go, and you bang on about this all the time. And I guess we're not a CBD brand product. We are a brand in itself. Suppology is a brand that will grow and grow. It just so happens that our products at the moment have CBD in, but it's much, much more than that. So Paul's given us the platform to do that, and we get it time and time again, and when you can take all these risks you want, and then sometimes it's nice to have those people come back to you and go, man, I love your branding. I love what you're doing with it. And you know what, that keeps us going. That really does help us and keep us going, and to have that strong identity, which, okay, going back to Paul, Paul's given us that. But it's nice then when you put your spin on it, your life into it, then the people give you the confidence to go, right, we're doing the right thing here. We're growing. It's just head down, keep moving forward, So,
I think it's ultimately this, is that any pre-made brand or any brand, right, it goes back to the thing I always say, audience message product, AMP, right? So you kind of used to already what type of audience you're going after. You know what your message wanted to be. You already knew this before you even got into this space, right? You knew that. So all you had to do was see a brand that connected the dots. And then you've taken your vehicle of your audience, your message, understanding that, and you took the pre-made brand, Suppology, and it all fit like a glove. So now you just run away with it. Yeah, I created it and what have you, but I just created the concept, the idea, the opportunity, and that was it. But it takes someone like you and like James last week and many other people that are doing really well in this space, is they take the idea and they run away with it and and put their heart and soul into it. Because as we said about 10 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago, a brand has to feel real. People connect real. And nowadays, when everybody's locked down on the internet, they're looking for real brands, looking for real, social medias. They're not looking for fake brands that are just like there to take the money. They want to feel like they're part of the community. They're part of the brand's ethos is aligned with their ethos. You know, the brand's projection of a message is the same as the kind of message they're looking after. They want to see and you know, you got to look at seven figures as well. You got to look great. The brand's got to look and feel great straight out the gate. You know, and all that thing together, you know, creates that like that cauldron of like quality. Then people will jump on board. If your brand sucks and looks shite, and the messaging is shite, and your website is shite, you can have a cauldron of shite, and then you can make sales. So people have to understand that's really important. That you've got to be connected to the target audience, but you got to understand who that target audience is. It can't be a fluffy, anyone between 18 and 50 that wants to get rid of pain. It's like, Jesus Christ, come on.
Yeah.
But you got it, you understood it. So when that brand came up and you saw it, it attracted you because you're already subconsciously looking for something like that, because you go, I want to get into this space. This is my target audience. I now know after I can use my gym. This is the kind of messaging.
Yeah.
And when you saw the brand, it was like, okay, this is married to me. So I take that. Do you know what I mean? So someone else, it was taken previously before, the person did nothing with it. So I took it back because all my brands are like my babies. So you're the right person for this brand. Perfect. Yeah.
It's quite funny you say that, because without having any of that to hand, and if I just approached and said, I'm looking for a brand, I don't even know if I would have come up with Suppology, if I'm honest with you. But I think it's right what you're saying. I knew I had the gym audience. I knew where I wanted to go with it. And I guess it's that just seeing that coach, that's the brand. And it just instantly connected everything together. Not that I was specifically looking for Suppology. It's just right. I knew that was the brand. I knew that was the gap between to link it together. And that's why I said to you, I go, man, I got to go for this now, you know? And that's what we did. So yeah, it's really, really important to get that whole package, I think, together, you know? So
yeah, and you made a good point too, Stuart, is you're not a CBD brand, and Suppology, there's so many supplements that you could roll out once you build up your product, once you build your audience list up, and it's just going to be incredible. I can't wait to watch the journey, man.